Welcome back, guys. Look at this. Just look at this. It's incredible when you get down to this kind of level and you have a look around. The cities on the horizon look just awesome. And look at this. This is Rogi up here. Doesn't Rogi look cool against the mountains? Freaking loving it. But when you get down here, like this is where Rogi Airport used to be, and you can see I haven't actually smoothed this out yet, and like all the little imperfections and whatever suddenly stand out, and you're like, oh my god, I need to dress this up, and there's no trees here. Why are the trees? And why don't I do something else? Why don't I put a freight yard here or something? So this episode, what are we going to do in this episode? Well, this episode, to be honest, we're going to chill in this episode. We're going to do some tinkering. We're gonna figure out, sort out some problems, do a bit of optimization, that kind of stuff. But we're also gonna just chill, take a step back, and just enjoy some of what's going on. Because I'll tell you now, I've actually been sitting here for a little while, and I started watching the trains and whatever. Look how many freaking trains there are running around. There's always stuff going on, and it is like having a massive virtual train set, which is of course exactly what it is, but it still stuns you every now and then when you're playing it. So you know what? I want to nip over to Bickety's Hollow. Have a look at Bickety's Hollow now, right? Because when we knocked Bickety's Hollow down, or like most of it, they've started building up this road here now. And over this side, let me just zoom out for a sec. They're building around here now. So we're going to have buildings on top of the cliffs, which is going to look pretty freaking sweet as the town kind of grows up there. It really is. It really is awesome. I love these houses just perched on the edge of the cliff here. Love watching that. I love watching the trams go round. It's all very relaxing. Now, what are we going to do first as our first bit of optimization? And I tell you what, I can't wait for this freaking performance patch, because the thing is that our towns are starting to grow so much now that it is starting to get a bit laggy. I mean, look at the size of some of the towns. I mean, we look like 6,500 at Bickety's Hollow. There's 5 towns that are over 5,000 population now. So, and the thing is, when you add up all of these populations, right? That's a hell of a lot of agents that the game's got to keep track of, as well as, I mean, that's just the people. Then you got all the vehicles and all the lines and. So, yeah, the optimization patch, the performance patch, can't happen soon enough for me. It's going to be sweet. But look at this. I absolutely freaking love this. A couple of people have suggested trying to get, maybe Bickety's and CONFUSEDFORD or CONFUSEDFORD and Ice Cream Town to, try and merge together. And you know what? I do kind of like that idea. I really like that idea. Be really cool to have suburbs sprawling across here, but to be honest, at the moment I've got to be a little bit careful of how much growth I allow and encourage, because the lag is, I mean, for me the lag is getting to the limit of what's acceptable, so you've got to be a little bit careful. God, I could watch these dual stocks run around for hours. Yeah, so if you're in for if you're kind of looking for an episode of massive building of the mega project, finishing the next sections of the mega Halo, then you might want to come back for the next episode. But this episode, it's all going to be, I'm going to try and get down to the low levels as much as possible, and it's all going to be just tinkering with stuff. It's going to be very chill. Look at all the people walking along there. I just think that is so cool. And you get the nice mix of the freight trains and the passenger trains coming in and out. I do love this station. This station is something special. And end of year. Oh, there comes another dual stocks. Oh my God, another couple of trains going in. It's so busy. It's awesome. The more trains you have, the better the damn game gets. It really is awesome. I will just mention, you know, I have to say, a little bit disappointed with the boats. I think I don't know, the mechanisms in the game like don't really seem to encourage the use of boats that much. Like airplanes, I think airplanes is just the fact that I haven't used them very well. But the boats, because of their slowness and because of their issues getting in and out of harbours and stuff, I don't know. And also the narrowness of the rivers. The rivers need to be wider, don't you think? I mean, I seriously think the rivers need to be wider. They really do. Here's the old inner halo, which is currently going around the outside till it swaps over. It's blooming marvellous. I've just done this bit down here, right? And I'm gonna have to. I'm fairly sure I'm gonna have to change this to fit in a second freight station. I think this one's gonna have to move over here a bit to have a second station, unless I could fit a second freight station like the other side of this forest over here, maybe. I don't know. I might try and fit it in over here, but then that means that, like for the building materials coming down here, they've got to be hauled further over there and stuff. And the same with the oil. It would be much better if I could just move this over, say here a little bit, and then have the second one kind of there. So yeah. All right, let's do a bit of tinkering. And I tell you what, we're going up to CONFUSEDFORD. Why don't we hop on a train? Take a train ride up to CONFUSEDFORD. How about you? You'll do. Here we go. So this is actually the inner halo here. This is the outer halo. And the sheer volume, the sheer number of trains on these lines kind of never ceases to amaze me now. I love it when you like come over a hill like this and you see a city in the distance. And look at them, they're freaking awesome. I think the cities look better than the cities in City Skylines, which is kind of staggering, really. I mean, look, it's got that realism of like the mix of height of buildings, and it doesn't look all the same. And oh, look, we're overtaking this one. We're catching you up, mate. Oh, it's a race. And then we cruise into CONFUSEDFORD. And we'll go into... I'll try and go inside. Let's get the cursor out of the way. Look at this station. Just look at this station. How freaking cool is that? Oh, I hate it when it clips. It's annoying when it clips. Look at all the people walking across there. It's a very... I'd love to go to and see this station in the real world, because this is a model of a real world station. I would love to see that. Right. Oh no, that's Bickety's Hollow. We've got a whole nother thing to go. Oh, there's a TGV. Oh, there's the beauty. Let's ride on a freight train for the rest of the way. Maybe. Oh, look at Bickety's Hollow. My God, look at all the cranes. Good Lord. That is... You know what, we're going to stop. Look at all of that. That is a lot of building going on. Wow, so Bickety's is really starting to expand down here. I keep saying that I need to do something over here. I don't know, we might even do a bit of that in this episode. We'll see. It depends how distracted I get. How many little diversions we take along the way. Oh dear, let's hop back onto train 110, which is headed over to CONFUSEDFORD. Here we go. I think we've just been overtaken by, yeah, that's train 79. That's the one that we were on, that train there. Look at all the trains. And here we come. Now this is CONFUSEDFORD. And CONFUSEDFORD is it's very different from Bickety's. Bickety's a very like beautiful, elegant city, I think. I love Bickety's. CONFUSEDFORD is a bit of a mess. It's yeah, it's just a bit of a mess, and we're gonna do what we can to try and improve the mess a little bit. So, I do like the fact though that it's different from Bickety's because I've spaced this road out, and we do have this bit of space. The buildings aren't right up against the track, whereas with Bickety's, you really feel as you're coming along here, you're coming into a metropolitan area. I can't wait for this to expand further along here and do hopefully the same over here. We'll definitely need to like bridge over this and stuff. I've got all these ideas for things that I want to do, but it's going to take me hours and hours and hours and hours, which is freaking awesome. Right, let's turn on a few icons, shall we? Now, the problem that we want to address here in CONFUSEDFORD is the number of passengers who are waiting around, waiting for buses. Now, if we look at Bickety's Hollow is awesome for transport. Look at this, 71%. Which is that is really good. If we look at Rogie, for example, Rogie's pretty good. Whoops! Come on, give me Rogie. No, come on, give me Rogie. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good. That bounces around between sort of 55 and 65%. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's excellent. But if we have a look down here at CONFUSEDFORD. CONFUSEDFORD is awful. I mean, like, really, look at this. 17%. Only 17% of the population are using our transport systems, which is blooming awful. So that's what we're going to look at, and that's what we're going to fix. So let's look at our bus lines and see what we've got to work with. Now, I'm guessing that we've just got a clockwise and anti-clockwise route here. And yeah, I'm not wrong. Yep, we've just got a clockwise and anti-clockwise route. Yeah, and I mean, we haven't even got like proper coverage of the whole place, so we're gonna have to kind of start from scratch. I think while I get to work on this, I'm just gonna pause it because it just stops the lag a bit and makes it a bit easier for us to work. Do you think the skies have just darkened over CONFUSEDFORD? People are like running around in the streets going, "No, the end is nigh! The wrath of the Lord is upon us! Run for cover, run for the hills!" I think it's possible. Yeah, okay. But I do want to kind of do... I do want to keep CONFUSEDFORD different from Bickety's. Bickety's is very kind of organised, and it's kind of this kind of big, kind of circly thing. I want to keep CONFUSEDFORD a bit more like squarish and a bit kind of less like that. But we're going to do what we can. So, and see, we're using buses here at the moment. This is all buses in here. It's all these bendy buses at the moment. And I'm kind of debating whether we should use a tram system or whether we should try and make this one different and solve our problems using buses. And I think it might be a nice idea to try and do that. So, you know what? Why don't we just like go back to square one with this place? Shall we? Should we go back to square one? Let's go back to square one with this place. So, what am I going to do? I am going to get rid. Now, I really wish it would keep the bus stops highlighted when you go to the bulldozer. It really would make life a little bit easier. I am going to take out all of the existing bus stops, and we're gonna start from scratch. Because sometimes if you leave them in, you kind of get distracted about like where you want to put stuff and whatever. So I think we'll just get rid of everything. Now, obviously, this means that the freight is going to get completely changed as well. But that's a good thing because we want to. You definitely want to look at your road freight transport and your bus transport or bus trams together, because they can definitely conflict with each other, and we want to try and avoid that if we can. So where the hell are my bus routes? So this is the thing, you can't. Okay, so we've got one down there. Get rid of you. Where else have we got? Bus stops. Yeah, we got bus stop over here. Get rid of the... Oh. Get rid of that. And the one on the other side, if I can see it. Oh, there it is. Get rid of you. Where next? Waha! For the destruction. We'll get rid of these two. Boom, boom. And we're going to get rid of this as well, because we're not going to use these kind of depots out here. Right, next. Yeah. Is that it? Really? That was it? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Right, do I get rid of these as well? And I'm kind of thinking that we probably do. You know what? Yeah, let's start absolutely from scratch. Let's get rid of that. And get rid of that. I'm expecting the game to crash at any second. And get rid of that. Oh, man. Nope. No crashes. Good. That's a good start. Right. We got anything on the other side of the tracks? No, we haven't got anything on the other side of the tracks at the moment. And I suppose we'll do something over here as well. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. All right, let's do a bit of road work, I suppose. So, okay, we've got our main street going down here, and what I would have liked to have done was maybe do like a little tram route in the centre, just kind of maybe going round like there, that kind of thing, and then maybe have buses covering the outer areas, bringing stuff in to the tram route. That might have been quite cool. So yeah, I mean, if we had a tram route maybe going up this road, because this is almost a bit of a semicircle already, and maybe up here if we change this around a little bit. Like, the thing is, like, how far up we want. Maybe up to about here. Yeah, all right, let's try it. Let's try it. And now the destruction starts. Because, yeah, I want that to be a smoother curve. I don't want that to be like a right angle there. So, yeah. So that little bit's going to go. And that's going to go. Boom. Right, you can see that is a little slow to respond. We'll take let's take that out on that side like that, so that we can chop this back a little bit. Yeah, man, it's you can see what I mean at this being like close to the limits of what we can put up with lag wise. Yeah. Oh, that's an extra large. Coming up to really a medium, man. Yeah, we want that to be more of a smooth curve coming in there, like that kind of thing. All right, let's take that, and then we want just a large street hooking that up. Mind you, see, should I bring it into there? Would kind of make more sense to hook it up to there. All right, I tell you what, let's get rid of that. Let's chop this back a little bit further there, and take that and that out. And let's see if we can get this to hook up. Oh, let's try with a large street. And it will. It's not a very pretty connection, is it? Too much curvature. Yeah, it needs to come back a tiny bit more. Man. This is the problem. You end up like knocking down so much stuff. No, you won't do that. Yep, this building's going to have to go. God dear. You see, you try and make one tiny little change and it just leads you into more and more and more and more changes all the time. But it is awesome. I don't care what anyone says. It's freaking awesome. Right, so you hook up to there now. Ah, and that's a bit better. That's a bit nicer. All right. And it's going to get rid of that as well. All right. Let's get rid of that. Okay. I tell you what we should probably do at this point is maybe run around and just get rid of the bus lanes. And then we can put them back in later for where we actually want them. Mind you, you can see how slow it is just taking out bus lanes. It takes a couple of seconds. Well, not a couple of seconds, but it takes a second to respond to each change. So, man, I really can't wait for this performance patch. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of things they address in the performance patch as well. I hope they give a detailed breakdown of what bits they've addressed. So I read quite an interesting post the other day from somebody who is a software engineer about the things that this game doesn't do particularly well. And a lot of it was to do with the LODs, the level of detail that you see at different levels. And this is one of the things, and it's kind of a 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, because one of the issues is that when you're out at this kind of distance, it's still rendering all of these buildings in the full level of detail. Right now, when you come down here and you look into the distance, it adds this kind of fog as kind of an occlusion, but it's still rendering everything at the full detail. Right, and this is kind of why it's impacting the performance of the graphics as much as it is. The thing is, if they decrease the level of detail, then obviously it won't, necessarily look quite as good. But then, to be honest, do you really need buildings like the buildings in Yorkshire Pud rendered at their full level of detail? I think you probably don't. So yeah, there's a bunch of things that they can definitely do to optimize it, and yeah, let's get rid of all of these bus lanes, because it's kind of distracting when you're trying to lay stuff out. A lot of this is going to get well, I'm going to try and knock down as little as possible, because I want to keep some of the character of the town, but there are some really, really bad junctions like this one. I mean, that should be connected up to this, right? But yeah, it's going to be tricky. God. We've got the bus lanes up there. We don't actually need those bus lanes because we're not shipping stuff. This is remember, this is redundant now, so we don't need that even. So yeah, let's get rid of the bus lanes off there. Yeah, this is going to end up being like quite a different layout, I think. Well, I don't know. We'll see. These junctions are absolutely awful, though. The problem is that the more awful the connections are, like this area, the more interesting the road system is. And I kind of like that feel of like an old town, rather than a new town that's been like planned out, every little detail, and it's like all the road systems are perfect and everything. But you lose the character. That's the thing. And I don't know. I'm thinking about this now and thinking, should I really be removing all of these, or should I have done it afterwards? But I've kind of done it now, so I think that's pretty much all of it. Yeah, except this little bit down by the station. I'm going to leave that. Although that probably isn't going to get used. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so I'm not going to worry about this side. I'm just going to focus on this side for now. So let's put some roads in for now, just to kind of hook a few things up. So that's obviously going to go into there. Oh, did I do that with a... No, I did that with a medium street. Yeah, should have done it with a large. Yeah, you know what? Let's let's do a little bit of upgrading of the streets, maybe. To large where we can. Especially where it's upgrading like these. Oh, no, don't want to do that one. Oh, I did. Didn't mean to do that one. I'm going to do those. This street across here would probably benefit from it. Although, you see, that's probably going to be part of the bit that I rip out. Okay. No, that's enough. That's enough. Let's go back to filling some of these in. So, now, this round here, do I want to encourage it to go across here and get some houses maybe sort of up on the hillside? Might be kind of nice. What about if we had that road kind of going around there? Link that up to there. I'm looking at that now and thinking, yeah, does this really need to be a large street? Would a medium do? I think probably a medium street would do for this, wouldn't it? So let's get around there. Come out straight, damn you. Come out straight. Here we go. And kind of sort of follow the contours of the mountain a little bit. And now, do I join up with that, or do I just kind of, I'm going to come around into here. Let's keep it interesting as much as we can. All right, cool. So let's try and do our little tram route now. So we're going to have the tram route coming along here. So that curve is now okay. Then it's going to come up this street here. Up here. God, this is going to get knocked down. You just know it is. That street. Well, all these buildings, because that street's going to have to be widened. And then if this street here is going to be kind of the top of our little oval, then we really need this road to curve around into here, don't we? Yeah. So this road and this road are going to have to go and be replaced by a nice curve coming around here. So, yeah, go. Wave goodbye to your houses, people. Compulsory purchase order time. And you. And then we'll pop in a large street. Oh, no, don't want to come out like that. I want to come out a bit straighter. There we go. Come round. Oh, no. Let's try a bit more like this. There we go. Cha-ching. Oh, talking about the performance, by the way. Like, one thing, like they really need to do something about this. Like, when you're putting train tracks in, where's a good example? Like, okay, if I put train tracks in, if I want to try and hook up to a bit of track first. Come on, game. So if I do something like this and then bridge across here. Now, can you see that it's rendering all the shadows, right? Like, why do we really need to see the shadows when we're dragging this around? And that's what makes this one of the things that makes this very slow, right? It doesn't need to render a perfect image of this railway line with all the shadows and all the rest of it while it's just drawing a new line. That can be much simplified. So that could be a big bonus if they would do something about that. Anyway, so yeah, I told you this episode was all going to be like digressions and just like doing a bit of this and a bit of that. All right. Right, so yeah, it's going to come around there. Now, how do we get back? So this is going to come up this side up here. Now this is a bit sticky here. So I think this road here is going to have to join up to this. So if it goes up there, and then that's that top road. That's going to have to maybe come down to here, I would think. And then, how the hell? Yeah, see, we could really do with that corner rounded off. So, start with this one. Knock you down. Goodbye. And then run you up there. 7.5 million to do that. God, imagine doing this in the early game. you could do it. You could do it. It'd kill you. Right, so then... so we've got this one lousy corner. And then we want to get from here up to here. So I think we're going to have to... Yeah, that's going to have to go. And we put in just something like that. That should be smooth enough, I would think. Yeah, that'll do. Cha-ching. Alright, so that's the only kind of nasty corner we've got. Do we do something about it? Do we do something about it? I think we probably do. Yeah. Here's another 5 million. More people's houses and livelihoods going up in... Well, going down. Going down in a pile of rubble. I was going to say going up in smoke, but it's really going down in a pile of rubble. That's going to need to be reworked, isn't it? Yeah, so let's get rid of that bit there. And we'll come out from here around to there. Oh, why won't you do nice curves? Silly game. So, round to there and round to there. Cool. So now we've actually got something that we can work with. Cool. Now this... God, that's pretty awful, isn't it? Okay, well... if we hook you up to, like, there... and then hook that up to there. That's pretty awful though, isn't it? Just come out that way. That's better. Cool. Alright, so let's now go round. So we want electric trams, we want bus lanes, upgrade, we want large street all the way around. Except where we've got... We can get rid of that now, actually. That'll eliminate a lot of lag. It's a good idea. Should have done that earlier, probably. This is extra large streets. Should I go around and try and make it bigger? See, that's going to have to frickin' go, isn't it? And come straight into this junction here, because that's horrible, that little bit there. Oh, it's not good. It's not good, whichever way you look at it. In fact, yeah. Okay, from here, do I try and upgrade to extra large for this? I don't know. I really hate that. Like, I really, really hate that. Alright, I'm going to try and upgrade. 13 million. Yeah, this is where the real destruction comes. Oh, construction not possible. Seriously? See, I could do that. Why can't I do that bit? And there's not really any sensible reason why that wouldn't hook up. Oh well. What am I doing? Oh. Now, what's the matter with you? What is the matter with you? See, that'll do that. Cool. Right, what are we doing? Extra large street, and we are upgrading. So, that bit's done. That bit around there. Yeah, this is going to knock down quite a lot of buildings, but they should, because it's on this part, they should grow back pretty darn quickly, I would have thought. And longer term, for the traffic, it's going to do good things. Right, this is going to knock down a few. Yeah, there we go. Bye-bye. That's the bit that we just put in. And This is the one, because that's a pretty small street. Boom, bye-bye. And around there. There. Man, we are knocking down a lot of stuff. You know, there I was thinking, yeah, I'll try not to knock down very many things. And yeah, that didn't last very long, did it? All right, so now we've actually got our central tram line in. Hooray! Awesome. Now, am I going to have a tram depot down here? You know what? I think I am going to have a tram depot down here, but it's not going to be right for the trams. Now, hang on a second. Bus lane, yes. Electric. Why isn't that? Oh, that bit needs to be upgraded, doesn't it? There we go. Okay. So, if I go to that, right, everything should be upgraded to tramway. And yes, it is. Cool. Got a road that needs to be hooked up there. We'll take the opportunity to put in... Ah, come on, come out straight. Come out straight. Thank you. We'll put a street going up there. This is a large street, isn't it? Yep. That's fairly horrible, but I'm going to take it anyway. I'm going to let the... you know what? I'm going to let the game try and fill in some of these smaller streets. Because it does it a lot more organically. So, yeah. Alright, so... we want some trams going on. So, I'm going to put a big tram station down here. But, I'm not going to have the trams going into it. This is going to be just for show. So, this is going to be electric platforms 3. And I'm going to put it back where it was. I think. Yeah. So that's going to be over there. That's just going to be for show. I don't know. I might even have some buses going in here or something just so that it is actually used. We'll see. We'll see. I've got that. That's where I had my depots before, and that's probably still where they're going to be. To be honest, so they'll probably end up just getting put back in. We'll see. We'll see. Right. Now let's start getting some coverage of our city. So, tram stops. Where do we want tram stops? Now let's see. If I put one up here, that gets coverage of all but the outside. So if we put one maybe there, and one on the opposite side, and we'll do a clockwise and anti-clockwise, I guess, and then we'll have another one. That really needs to get moved so we've got a bit more room for the trams. In fact, I might even get rid of it altogether. Let's just get rid of that altogether, I think. Let's upgrade that to... There we go. I am kind of tempted to upgrade this so that it is a bigger street, so maybe it stands out a little bit more. Would be kind of... I don't know. I'm kind of two minds about that. Nah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. So yeah, we'll put bus stops in, or tram stops there and there. And now, if that's covering, let's see. Now, we're going to want our tram stops. Yeah, the trams are coming around this side. So why don't we have the one tram stopping there, and the one on this side stopping... Well, actually, I'm tempted to still have it stuck there. I was going to put it over here, but no, it's going to be there. What I want to try and do is keep the trucks away from this stop. So if we can have the trucks going like up there or something, that would be better. We'll see. We'll see. So we're going to need to stop somewhere in between those two, I'm guessing. So maybe there. Let's have a stop there. Right, so now we've got one there which is going to cover, come here, come on, show me that area. So for the most of this, probably there. Yeah, there and there. You know what? This is actually going to give us like pretty good coverage already without even adding some buses in. But I am going to put some buses in as well. And then we want one, I don't know, down here somewhere. Like there-ish. Yeah, kind of sort of there-ish. Oh, it's the American series. And I'm going to put in a road, just a medium straight. Oh, maybe even a small straight. Just, oh, you really want to go straight, don't you? And I really don't want you to go straight. But you know what? We'll do it. There we go. And that's just to increase the coverage down into this area. So that's covering most of that. That's got like right out to there. That's good. That's covering right up to this road. So it's only the very outside that's not covered by this. So it's going to cover like, I don't know, probably like 80 to 90% of the town. It's only this very outside bit that's not covered. Yeah, it's a bit down here. So, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure how we're going to cover that exactly, but I don't know. We'll come to it. We'll come to it. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to want a tram depot somewhere. Right, now, how the hell we're going to do this? And I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to convert a little bit down here. I know I'm going to have the tram depot there, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So what do I want? I want to upgrade with tramway. Oh, let's put the depot in first. It'll make it a little bit easier, I think. Depot, tram depot. Flip you around and hook you up to there. There we go. And now we should be able to upgrade just that little section. There we go. So our trams can get onto there. Good. All right. Okay, so if our trams are running around there, how are we going to handle the trucks? It's a damn good question. Now there is, I think that was a medium. There is a large truck thing, but I don't know whether I really want to use a large. Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. So that's the medium. Yeah, that's the one I was using. I am kind of tempted to spin that around and have it there. In fact, it could come all the way down there, because then we could just have the trucks going, hopefully, backwards and forwards across this road. Kind of depends on the routes. Now, that's a good point. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the coverage, or the land usage, I should say. Right, so we've got all residential round here, right, and we're focusing on this side, and obviously down here, but we're not going to worry about that. That's covered by the station anyway. The station probably covers, whoops, the station probably covers, yeah. Oh, that's not hooked up there. Oh, my lord. Ah, well, we need to hook that up. Let's hook that up quickly. That'll like massively increase our coverage. Oh, construction not possible. Seriously? Nope, doesn't want to do it. Mind you, if we could do it, even with a small street, nope, doesn't want to do it. Is there no way that you will connect? It doesn't look like there is, does it? God. Is it the height? Yeah, I think it's the height that's the problem. Ooh, that's not so good. We're gonna have to lose a little bit of this, but I'm gonna do it. So let's get Small Country Road. We'll chop it back to say there. Let's try and avoid losing that building. So we chop it back to there and chop it back to say there. get rid of that bit, and that bit. And then, so what is this? This is just a medium street, isn't it? Yep, it's just a medium street. So we'll hook that into there. Cool. And then, do we bring that down? Yeah, we bring that straight down into there. Yeah. All right, and you'll see now our coverage is much better just from the station. And in fact, what I might do is just get rid of that and put a road. Oh, come out straight, damn you. Let's try from there. Put in a road like that. Cool. That's much better. That can be hooked up to there. And that. Yeah, that's pretty horrible. Let's try going that way. Yeah, that'll do. Cool. Alright, so we don't have to worry about this side particularly. What we do have to worry about is this side. Now, this is one thing I'll mention. Residential tries to grow near other residential. Commercial tries to grow near other commercial. And industrial tries to grow near other industrial. Which is why that you tend to get the distinct areas of green, blue and yellow. What I am going to try and do is get them to go like back into their own areas. So all of these commercial and industrial over here, I'm going to get rid of. And I'm going to try and encourage this to only be residential. That and that and that. And these. And that. Yeah, a little bit of commercial there. And one up there. And one there. And we don't want you up there either. We'll try and discourage it from being up in this area. And that. Now, in this central area round here, this is where we want it to be commercial and industrial. And over here as well. I don't mind if that's a mix of commercial and industrial, that's fine. So, right, we don't want a residential there. And in fact, I don't want residential I don't want residential inside this center loop. So all of these residential are going. Yeah, I'm not gonna knock many buildings down. Yeah, right. And I'm tempted to get rid of more of these industrial and push the industrial out a bit. Let's get rid of. Oh, I didn't want to knock that down. Damn it. I want to get rid of those and that. Do I get rid of the industrial up here? It's kind of a good question. But yeah, I mean, you can train your cities like to be how you want them. So, so I would really like this to be like the commercial hub, and maybe it's spilling out down into this area. And maybe keep the industry over here. You know what? Let's try it. Let's see if we can do that. So let's get rid of all of the industry from in here. I want this to be our commercial hub. So let's get rid of all of this stuff. The thing is, you got to get rid of all of it, because otherwise, like if you leave some of it here, it'll go, oh, I'll try and grow next to this other stuff. So. Yeah, so we want to get rid of all of this, so hopefully it will grow on this side. That's the general plan. Bye-bye. Yeah, good job I didn't want to knock much stuff down here. But, yeah, that's what happens. You start, you get ideas, and the next thing you know, you've virtually destroyed the town. Yeah, that's what always seems to happen. Right. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Now, do I get rid of the industry completely from this site? You know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to try and really train this town. So, if I get rid of all of the industry from over here, so there's just no industry. That one. And you get these sneaky little buildings that hide. Like that one. Any others? I'm sure I'll find one or two other little sneaky little buildings that are where they shouldn't be. But no, that looks pretty good. Now, we want this outer area to be the suburbs. So I'm going to get rid of those commercial buildings up there. And these up here. So we'll encourage the residential to grow around there. And the same with this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we'll try and keep the commercial in this area. We'll have the residential all around the outside. And then over this side is going to be the industrial. So let's get rid of these commercial buildings from over here. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. Oh, I'm kind of quite pumped for this now.